Good afternoon and Jai Hind everyone. Today I will discuss the very short topic in this chapter, that is meaning of one person company. It is given in your syllabus also, I have shared before. So today we will discuss the concept of one person company. It is a very new concept. So today we discuss this. Let's begin with. First of all, the history of one person company in India, if we see, the concept of one person company in India was introduced by Dr. Jamshedji Irani in his report on company law dated 31st May 2005. As per the report of Dr. Irani, recommended that with the increasing use of information technology and emergence of a strong service sector in India, because IT sector is increasing so much and service sector is also emerging, so it was the time for the government to empower entrepreneurs, means to give power to the entrepreneurs or the owners of the business who on their own are capable of developing ideas and participating in the marketplace, means they themselves develop the ideas of the business and they also participate in the marketplace. He suggested that entrepreneur who on their own are capable of starting a venture should not be made to do it through an association of person, means through a group of person. So those people or individual who are capable of starting a business should not be made to do it, to start the business means through a group of person. There is no need of so many persons, and should be able to create a single person economic entity, means one person individual person economic entity in the form of one person company. Further, it was also suggested that such an entity may be provided with a simpler regime, simpler process through exemptions. Means so many exemptions are provided in one person company, and so that the single entrepreneur, means a one person owner, is not compelled, is not forced to give away his time, energy and resources on the procedural matter. So procedure of registration, formation of a one person should be very simpler, and it should be provided with exemptions also, so that entrepreneur should not be forced or compelled to do so many things alone. This led to the introduction of one person company in the Companies Bill 2013, which got its assent in the Lok Sabha on 18 December 2012 and in the Rajya Sabha on 8 August 2013. So, after obtaining the assent or approval of the President of India on 29 August 2013, it has become Companies Act 2013. Now, one person company. The concept of one person company in India was introduced through Companies Act, means through Companies Act 2013. This concept was introduced to support entrepreneurs who on their own are capable of starting a venture, means who alone are starting capable of starting a business by allowing them to create a single person economic entity. This I have explained. One of the biggest merit or advantage you can say of one person company is that there can be only one member in an OPC. In one person company, only one single member is there, while a minimum of two members are required for incorporating and maintaining a private limited company or limited liability partnership. Similar to a private limited company, a one person company is a separate legal entity, as like we studied the features of joint stock company also, that the person and the company, they both have separate legal entity from its promoters. Similarly here also, offering limited liability protection to its sole shareholder, means the shareholder of the OPC is only one person, its liability is also limited as like in joint stock company, while having continuity of the business, means perpetual succession is there, and being easy to incorporate as comparative to the joint stock company. OPC registration and incorporation is quite easy and simpler. Also, a one person company must be converted into private limited company if it crosses an annual turnover of rupees 2 crores and must file audited financial statement with the Ministry of Corporate Affairs at the end of each financial year. Financial year is begins from 1st April to 31st March. So at the end of the financial year, if the turnover crosses from 2 crore, and then it file means documents are audited, all the financial statements, and it is needed to submit with the statements with the Ministry of Corporate Affairs at the end of each financial year, as like all types of companies they are doing. Therefore, it is essential for the entrepreneur to carefully consider the features of one person company before incorporation. So the features are very simple, the procedure is also very simple as comparative to joint stock company. So this is all for today. I have discussed only just a brief concept and meaning of one person company. Tomorrow in the class we start doing the solving of worksheet of chapter 2, and we will discuss that worksheet in our live class. So if you want to ask anything, you can contact on my personal window. Till then, keep learning. Thank you. Jai Hind everyone, and take care.